All right, fantastic. So yeah, this will be good. I think what we're gonna do, I think explained to you guys a little bit before we hit the recording. Gonna warm up with some multi-way situations, how we should be squeezing from what our range looks like and whatnot, and then some adjustments. Always take into consideration some adjustments we should be making versus population. What their ranges look like. I think the overflat ranges are too wide, but people could still be a little bit too tight first in, especially deeper in tournaments. But yeah, let's go ahead and work on some multi-way spots and maybe even multi-way with 50% of the field or something like that. Some of these, because I think it really matters, and I think people are still too loose in these spots. Heroes position doesn't matter. Multi-way. Yeah, I think we just run it. They give us different stack depths. This is not something that's studied a lot, right? This is not something I feel like people spend a lot of time or effort on and kind of wing it and try to use their intuitive knowledge on how to approach this. So let's go ahead and get into this. Legends out there know the drill. And cool. Who will be my first? LaRock. It has to be LaRock.
Are we doing? I don't know. I guess all in. I guess. Kind of nervous about
Okay.
that. 12 big blinds opening for two big blinds. I see that as a tight open, but I
Right.
think you just got to go with it, right?
So ace 10 suited plus versus this 10. And in real life, how do you interpret this 12 big blind opening range? And then a flat off that. Like, do you feel like
The games I'm playing, it's very tight. It makes me paranoid to see that. You know.
what would your range be in real life then? If I doubt are you getting in this ace 10 regardless when you see it in this spot?
Uh, it'd be tough. I'd probably, in real life, I might make some insane folds, or I might just call here.
Okay. I mean that's fair and honest. Yeah. Cool. Set habs. So
Yes.
we're gonna go all in with this. I got you for this, Larock. What is your range here? Are you getting in this ace 10? This is 50%. It's not just a chip EV. So yeah, this is already a very difficult spot. What are your thoughts?
Uh, all in.
All in. So are you using your suited nines or you're just suited tens plus?
I'm not all in with my suit and tens. It's more a
Ace
suited
10,
ace Broadway.
ace. That's good. I'm glad. Okay, so what are you doing here with ace jack off? Is that your bottom for the offsuits?
The offsuit with a raise with an BB. It's ace jack or ace queen.
Yeah.
Maybe in real life I would have gone with ace jack.
and
And
I think that's fair. What's the worst pair you take?
maybe for a shove, it's gonna be a pocket eight.
Pocket eights. That's a generous, reasonable range setups. I think you could be on to something. Um,
Oh, two times.
no. This is the low jacks flatting range. So someone was at what the hell is this six big blind flatting range? Well, it's nothing. It's a sliver of king jack and a sliver of this.
There's a
In
sliver and
real,
aces.
yeah, sliver and aces, but in real life, especially at the piss low, this flat will be some suited 10, suited connectors and shit, broadways and stuff like that. King jack off, king queen off, king 10 suited, jack 10 suited, queen 10 suited, 8 9 suited. People do dumb shit like that. But here you go, Laurent.
Why why is everybody just talking about shoving now? Can't we just call this sometimes?
I mean, as you see, you can. I clicked it, but yeah.
So in my opinion, solver wouldn't have too much a flatting range, a multi-way with a two collar with a limper, not limper, a flat collar.
Yeah, this is gangster as hell to flat aces in this spot. It's almost as if this guy doesn't exist. It's like just still flatting that. So that's pretty cool. Nice call as well, LaRock. Nailed that first one out the gate. Very good. Oh, man, we have dust. Are you flicking this because you're so short, LaRock? You're going to give me 5 hands as well, by the way.
Sure. I would fold.
Folding this. Where do your off? Are you calling offsuit? Are you completing offsuit 6s, 7s? Where does your offsuit region start to come in play?
Yeah, I would fold like 9-5, but I'd call 9-6. Yeah.
So offsuit 6s, every single suited hand you're in there with.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I think I think outside of that, you're going to shove strong linear, some ace-x and whatnot. But I just want to ask, kind of get the idea of what the bottom of your defend range is here, and then make sure you're in there with every single suited. Let's see. This is going to be a quick one. It's actually, yeah, offsuit 6s, offsuit 5s are in there as well when you're this short.
Okay.
I mean, I would fold 9-5 off an 8-4 off. Like, if I see these in game, I'd be like, fuck. But I guess so it's going to be in there as well. Wow. Okay.
9-5. Cool.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm learning something seeing these as well. This is good to see. Like, I would fold 9-5 every time. Jack deuce, I'd be kind of folding, but that. Fun hard spots. Versus a 25 big open. This is such a standard spot right here. This is actually what we're going to see a lot of this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's
tricky, isn't it? All in.
Or fold. I don't. I feel like if he's a little bit later on, it's easy all in. But from early position, I'm considering a fold. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I appreciate the honesty. Like, if you don't know, you don't know. And then, like, sometimes you're feeling like you want to squeeze jam, but you're not too comfortable ever flatting. What are you doing here with pocket 2s and 3s and 4s and stuff like that? You folding those because they're just too weak, or what are you doing with those?
I'd flat all of those.
Flat every pair. Good. Okay. And how about your suited 9s? 8, 9, 9, 10, Jack 9, Queen 9.
I know I should be calling those a lot of the time in game. I'm just folding, but I know I should be calling more.
King 8 suited.
I'd fold that. Probably should be calling it. Oh, yeah.
I'm just throwing out hands and see, I mean, I'm not exactly sure. Just getting an idea of the structure of the range. And, we'll be in the ballpark some of the time. Joey, you flatten this?
I don't like flatting that.
Okay. What are you doing here?
I'm not sure if it's a fold. Ace queen, I feel, yeah, let's go with ace queen. Ace jack is a little more borderline. And I know we're going to have some range that raises without shoving.
Mm-hmm. So are you going to have this in that range?
Typically, I don't think so.
So you're folding as well?
Yeah.
People are sure. This is a hard spot. Look at it.
I'll tell you, I want to fold, but I'm not too confident in that answer. I wouldn't bet any money that that's the right answer.
Okay. I'm flatting. There it is. And Molten says he's flatting this. Toe, what are you doing here?
Conflicted. Probably not flatting. I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't jam this at some frequency. It's right on the cusp. I would jam ace queen and ace king 100%.
Yep.
So yeah, I could see folding and I could see jamming, and I'm probably not flatting or 3-betting.
What are you doing with ace is?
A 3-bet
Pocket aces.
I would 3-bet not all in.
So if you have some 3-bet all in
Kings,
with
I'd
that
probably
hand,
3-bet not all in.
you probably need to balance that
Aces,
with some bottom of the
kings.
range, with some of the bottom of your range that you would be pipping these spots as well, right?
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I don't know if the solver is really balanced there. I think it's ace and kings and like ace king suited for that kind of stuff for the most part. Maybe queens.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
No,
balance,
maybe not at this stack depth, because like with a bet and a call, this is going to be somewhere around 9 or 10, right? Which just convinces.
I think the balance is gonna come from suited kings.
Yeah,
Look
I
at
would
you guys. This is
say.
a spot, boy. It's got you guys in the grinder. Go ahead, tell them.
Yeah, another good question. Like, what are you guys doing with suited paint here? King queen suited, king jack suited, king ten
Well, I
suited.
mean, some of that's gonna need to jam.
I didn't ask you, coach.
Oh,
That's why I
sorry.
asked.
Oh, my bad.
I knew you knew the answer. Yeah, so you're ripping on that stuff too.
Yeah. All right. So he says fold. My guess is you need to VPIP at some frequency. Maybe this flats small amount, but this is probably a pretty tight spot with him opening off at 25. So yeah, this is a tough one. Full frequency raise. So when I
No
asked
jams.
you
Look at that.
guys,
No jams.
like I think it all comes down to like what you're doing with pocket aces. When I'm studying these things a lot, it's like, okay, I have aces, right? I would jam ace king, ace queen here. The EV is probably comparable and fucking very comparable. And the playability is like
I wonder if this is different if it was just straight chip EV and not 50% of field or not.
Yeah, I
it's
think we have
50% because
we
yeah, it
have
has to be a
shoves
50%.
at CEV.
Yeah. This is probably more of a function of being this deep.
That
This
makes
looks
sense.
strong as fuck. And you want to I thought you would mix this potentially because it's the worst hand you're going to be pip in this spot. So it's technically the bottom of your range. And you have the top of your range is aces, right? So I'm not going to jam aces here. So I'm not going to jam the top. And I think we're going to balance the bottom. But seeing we're doing this with like ace, king, ace, queen off is kind of surprising. I could see that same thing being applied with like queens plus. I would always fucking mix in some rips with these in chip EV, but now we can just raise. That's good. But okay. This is a really tough spot. You can't fold though. And then we got ace four, ace five is mixing fold a little bit. All three options reasonable.
Yeah, I think I just naturally kind of go into this type of mode a little later in the game than 70 out of the money.
Yeah, it's important to always be adjusting in our inflection points. It's crazy. Whoa. Go ahead, LaRock.
I
Damn, these
all-
are hard.
I think at 18 BB, it's low enough to just go with it.
Is this the worst pair you're jamming?
No, I'd probably do the same with fives and yeah, definitely do with fives, I think.
Okay, so fives plus for pairs. How about ace 10 off?
Yeah, ace 10 off plus. I think, yeah, ace 9 off fold.
Suited aces?
Ace 9 suited plus.
Okay. And how about your suited tens? I don't think you're going to be jamming maybe too many suited nines. So are you in there with potentially any suited tens? King 10 suited, jack, queen 10, jack 10, king jack suited, queen jack suited, you know, that kind of stuff. Where do we start getting in our broadways?
King queen suited at a low frequency.
Whoa. So king queen suited, not even 100%. It's more of our suited aces and pairs. Offsuit aces, ace jack off. All right, Molten says sevens plus ace jack off plus ace 10 suited, king queen suited.
Yeah, I really liked Buck's range.
Puck says eights plus ace jack off plus ace 10 suited, king jack suited plus. Toes
Yeah,
on board with that.
Disagree strongly with that at all. That sounds pretty right on.
But you have sixes in there. And his is eights plus.
Yeah, I mean,
We're learning.
I'm very easily influenced, but
We're getting better. We're getting better by the moment.
Am I folding sixes? I mean, these guys flat this, and the flat, yeah, I mean, GG sixes plus. Right.
I mean, if
My
you're not
phone's
jamming
going
sixes here, you have to
crazy.
change your name.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm punting a little. I'm taking a marginal EV shove for sure, just because of namesake. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, marginal EV shove for namesake. Sevens plus. Who said? Wait a minute. Somebody actually.
That was
nailed it.
Ash's, I think, range.
Molten had ace jack off in there.
Yeah.
And look at this. Who said king queen suited? And that was our friend LaRock crushing it. Not even full. I would never fold this. So seeing that you need to, I mean, can't half the time is good.
I feel like in game the cutoff range is wider though. Like they don't.
Me too.
Know, like that's got an Iggy and a. They're flat also. They got queen jack. So they got queen jack suited, queen 10 suited, jack 10 suited.
I agree.
They got all
King
that
jack off sometimes.
They probably got all suited. They probably got all the suited aces, and they probably, and it's probably a condensed cap range because they're probably clicking it with some of their stronger stuff, jacks, tens, queens, because they don't want to get outdrawn.
Yeah, a portion of this range that's strong enough is strong. They're probably ISOing that range. They still would always call aces though. So it's protected. It's gonna be protected there. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I thought his range would be more split a little bit too.
But yeah, I mean, we were all pretty close. And I think if you're a hair outside, as you could see, it reaches the threshold of profitability, but it's just not profitable enough for the solver. So these kind of borderline spots is what's going to be separating you guys. Like if you think you're going to be able to just sit here and always just play sevens plus, you're going to be losing EV because sometimes it's going to be a tighter range. You need to be much tighter. Sometimes you can expand a pip or two and gain all that extra EV because we have good reads on our opponents. So just be aware. Bad. All right. Last one.
I would just flat here.
All offsuit queens.
Yes.
I wonder if this range is going to mimic fairly identically to what we saw before, where we're just folding some of the worst offsuit twos, threes, a handful of fours, calling like all of our offsuit 6+, most of our offsuit 5s, and then just the 4s and deuces. I want to save some time because I wonder if that's fairly consistent here. The ranges were a little bit different there because it was a button flat in that instance, but I feel like this would still be in there always, right? It's a little bit tighter because you're not in there with all the offsuit queens.
All right.
Okay, so whew. So offsuit 7s, all pairs. I mean, it'd be hard as hell not to jam king jack suited, but it makes sense to flat. You're not getting anything better to ever. You're not getting called by worse too often. But that's not true. They will call like jack 10 suited. I thought this was supposed to be multi-way. What the hell? Am I missing something? I want my money back. LaRock, that was a nice little 5-piece. Thank you. That was good. Let's get one more person in here. Try to run a set. Then I'm probably gonna let Toe take over, shower, and try to be ready to get out the door and shit, so I don't grief it. Set Habs.
Oh,
All right, it is you.
oh, let's go. Oh,
This one
on
doesn't
the-
count because it's not multi-way. And I mean, it's just shit. This is the easiest thing in the world. Snap call, never punt.
Oh, I would have been wider than this.
I mean, you
with the suited
everything.
in mostly.
Yeah, everything you limp suited, you would just limp call with. You pretty much.
Yeah, well, mostly. I have
Yeah.
some raised though, in between.
Yeah, not with the suited stuff. The suited stuff always just wants to call in this spot. And then it's a pretty snug ass range, honestly. All right, fun times. This is what I'm talking about. EP, MP, and you have some of these suited aces. These are the spots I need to see.
In fact, I will call this in, but There's a flat call in there. I think it's the bottom of what I'm going to play, the ace eight suited. I think it's ace tens off. No. It's tighter than this. It's
Okay.
ace ten suit and ace jack off.
Okay.
I'm going to play queen suit. It's gonna be 7+.
Okay.
It's
King queen suited. I think that's everything. You don't have any offsuit, so you're not playing like king queen off.
no offsuit. Ace queen off, ace jack. Even ace jack, I think it's not there.
Damn, look at Sedhabs. That's the tightest range Sedhabs has ever spoken in his life. I didn't know you were capable of that level of nittiness, Sedhabs.
Yeah,
I'm about to fucking shed a tear right now.
only when I play against the solver.
It's taken about
No.
8 months, 10 months of being in this group for you to have a range like that.
His ranges aren't that bad. It's sometimes what he does with his ranges post flop that shocks everyone.
No. Post flop, he has a lot of checks and stuff. It's pre flop where he's a maniac, bro. I've seen this man check post flop and stuff, but pre flop, whoa.
Yeah, I seen him check once.
All right. So you're folding this and playing ace 10 suited plus.
Yeah, I think it's ace ten suited. In the real life, I'm calling this.
Joey, you have a super quick range you want to spit out here for how you would play this? Starting at one region, suited
Well,
aces? Are you in
My
here with
only
this?
thought about this region is we're gonna have some bluff raises from ace eight suited. Or from ace suited hands. I don't know if that's just gonna be ace five, ace four, or if some of the medium aces are in there too.
And you don't think that differs because from this MP flatting range? Speaking of, we'll just do a little cheat. Once again, the flighting range is non-existent, but this is good to see because motherfuckers in game don't care. And we'll have a million different hands. Today, I'm going
Yeah.
to see infinite number of multi-way spots, right?
If this wasn't solver, I would probably 3-bet this.
I mean, what are you doing in live poker? I think you have to B-pip this, right?
Yeah, in live poker against standard, normal, everyday players, I'd probably raise it.
Oh shit. Wow. I don't know about that. I'm not raising under gun flat. I'm probably flat. Whoa. That's a boss move. All right, let's see though. Setups folding. Joey is out of there. Beats.
Well, you have to
the
remember
record.
that live players, they won't 4-bet you as frequently as a solver will.
I mean, I played enough live at the 1Ks and stuff like that, and people hate folding as well, and are
Yeah,
sometimes
they
too
hate folding,
tight.
but they won't 4-bet.
I think that's really true, unless they have it. But I seem to run into it. We're folding, and by some, it's losing money to fucking raise here. Ace 10 suited plus, ace queen setups. Ruh-roh.
You gotta
It's
fear the
getting
early
better.
position open.
Wow, sevens plus flatting.
Only the king queen is in there.
Wow, look at these queens. This is some I would ever. I mean, I would actually have a 0% flat. And what's interesting, I've seen multiple times in these multi-way spots when there's a 10 big blind or shallower stack in a spot where you would normally have a slow play with aces, the solver doesn't care and still has a slow play with aces. That's something that's kind of surprising as well. Said this is fake. Oh, I'm crying. Yep, we're paying. Yeah, this is just a fake program. It's a false. It's a fugazi. Yeah. Ooh, this is another super tough spot. My goodness. Setups you raising.
All right, there, pocket nines. Yeah, I'm gonna be out of position post flop. I can shove at 40, baby. All right, it's a standard call. I think you start to raise with Jack plus. You're starting to raise ace jack off plus. You're starting to raise ace nine suit plus. king, queen suit plus.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yeah, I think that's it. Cole, what are your thoughts here? You raising this one?
I mean, I am raising. I have no confidence in that being correct, but
What size would you go?
probably like 7-ish.
So 7-ish was like 3.5.
Yep.
Okay. Raising this, or which the worst offsuit ace you would start raising?
The worst offsuit ace.
Yeah, like ace 10 off, ace jack off, queen.
I would do ace 10 suited, ace jack off.
Ace 10
Probably.
suited, ace jack off. And any of the suited jacks, like are you ever doing something here with like king jack suited to get nasty a little bit, or king queen suited?
King queen suited, yeah. I don't think I want to do suited jacks, but it wouldn't surprise me if you did.
Yeah, man, this is tough getting deeper in this thing, and these guys normally being tight from MP, EP. I don't know if I want to grief at 50% of the field. I'd probably flat this and have a very strong linear range. Play a very, I mean, I'm happy playing post flop. Fuck the nines. I lose one big on a bad flop. Who cares? Like, and then have 41 bigs and then play that, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm too tight in this spot because I would 100% just flick this at this
I don't
stage.
hate calling. Nines just, I don't know. Nines feels a little bit too good to me to just like set mine, but maybe that's all it needs to do.
Yeah, well, we also get to just get enough flops where we can continue and stuff like that. But I'm just wondering more of an inflection point. Like, I think in a chip EV situation here, multi-way with 40 effective versus this, I would fucking just snap rip. Like, I'm just out of there, right? Like, I don't know. I play pretty aggressively, but as I get deeper in tournaments, I try to be more considerate of my chips and their value. And I think people are just kind of fucking tight, man, when you get deep in tournaments. So let's see. Set Habs would call this one.
Oh, it's a call with the nines, with the bottom of
Mixing.
the range.
Okay. This I wasn't sure if it was eights or nines. There was the bot. So nines a lot of calling. So I think you could do whatever you want. If you're more comfortable with the calling nines, great. If you're comfortable raising. And obviously for ourselves in game, we need to know this is the bottom and it's going to be opponent dependent. Maniac raise, maniac and a maniac call, 8
Look
plus.
at all the offsuit ace folding.
All offsuit aces.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is shit.
But these two raise a lot.
And you know what happens here, Toe? It's like, oh, I can flick in for one with ace 5 off. Ace 5 off makes a will. Bye-bye, right? Queen 9 off, make a straight. It's dust. Can't even flick that. So it's tough.
Mhm.
Like 9-10 looks cool because it feels like, oh, I can flop some straights, some two pairs, some cool shit, and it's just mostly folding.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just
yeah,
surprised.
these
Like, this doesn't surprise me as we get into ICM mode. It just kind of surprises me that, like I said, 70 out of the money seems a little bit on the passive side.
I love it, man. I've been checking myself because I've been really tight in these spots, and it feels gross on stream folding some of this shit. When you can just flick for one, it feels like you make a mistake. Sometimes you'll flop a top pair or two pair, like, hey, I could have won this spot, but it's just a full frequency fold. That was a really good range. Nines. Oh, so we're raising like nines plus there.
I think there's more call than we used to be to do. At this point, I think I call this in all the ace suited. It's like a call you hit or you fold on the board. I think 3-bet ace jack off plus
Okay.
ace 10 suit plus nines plus.
Nines plus is to suited plus
King queen suit plus. So maybe I have some Broadway that I will 3-bet some.
So
some
when you say
frequency.
3-bet, do you have a non-3-bet all in at 18 bigs from the small blind?
Oh no, it's almost all with aces and polarizing.
Just
like
all the
ace
every
five.
single hand?
Yeah, all the single in, I will have raise all in, but like aces and ace five suit, I'm gonna need to just raise.
Okay. Let me see. Who have I not heard? Danny Scott. What's up, my dude? My boy in the house. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good, man. Are you V-pipping all your suited aces in a spot like this where it's MP with 18 effective? Or how do you constructing a range in this spot?
I'll probably take out ace 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
Also ace,
Deuce.
yeah, deuce and 3, but 4 and 5. I'll shove.
4 and 5 shoving, playing 8 plus, or was it 9? Ace 9 suited plus?
Yeah, ace 9 suit plus.
Ace 4, ace 5, ace 9 suited plus, ace 10 off plus? Or is it, or are you gonna fold ace 10 off?
Yeah, I think ace 10's a jam.
Ace 10 O plus. What's the worst pair you're jamming?
Probably 5s plus.
5s plus in Broadways. Suited jacks. Suited queens.
Probably king jack suited, not queen jack. But probably the suited 10s.
Okay. So range a little bit different than our friend Habs. Let me see if anything in chat. Ace, V-pip, ace 8 suited plus, ace 3 to ace 5 was what Puck said. All right, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's very good to get used to seeing these spots and knowing these spots. Habs said fold this as well. Yep. Yep. Little bit of flatting in there. Ripping some of your suited 10s. I am shocked that these, I mean, it's really, really hard not to jam ace jack suited in game. Holy smokes. All right, I'm looking for myself. Suited 10s, jack 10 suited, queen 10 suited. You can V-pip these as well. I mean, just call these as well. It's a little bit more comfortable. It's kind of interesting to see some of the suited connectors in there. As you can see, though, like, yeah, they're not printing enough EV in this to call, but hovering these, they're printing some EV. Must be getting more than half a chip at this stage. All right, setups, 2 more.
Oh, this is a standard call.
All suited hands.
No, I also then I know the solver full bit of the bottom of the range, but in real life I will have called them all, and I will raise the high part of my range, ace 10 suit, ace jack off, king queen off, king jack suit plus,
Okay.
9s plus.
And are you raising those 9 all in?
It's a raise non all in, yeah. At this depth, it's true that they are 20 and 24, but still, I wouldn't have much all in range against these.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy. Are you in there with offsuit 5s, 6s? What's the worst offsuit?
Oh no,
region?
no! It's I think it's all the Broadway and
No. Oh,
the
so offsuit
connector
10s.
offsuit 10, yeah, and
Folding offsuit
the
9s.
connectors like a 9 8 7 6
Then
6 5 off.
okay. So this is in there. Offsuit 10. Look at you, setups. This is you said ace 10 plus. Ace jack's a little bit too loose. Ace queen, 10s plus. So you had 9s in there. 9s a little bit, not bad. You said some of the suited Broadways raising these, but you're only ripping all in. So we just have to be all in only here. With this portion of the range out of position to 2 players. You don't want to, I think sometimes you're gonna, especially versus real players, and you play on Bet Online now, I know you do. If you make this shit 7, you are going out of position to 2 players. I mean, both these guys are gonna fucking call you at a very high frequency. And then
Always.
yeah, and then you're gonna have like this sometimes, and then just whiff versus two cats. So just jam. You don't want to have ace king off and then get like whiff when two people call you, you know. So offsuit, yeah, you nailed this though. I like how you were just identify we're out of there with the offsuit nines. You guys should see this. This is pretty consistent in multi-way iterations. Offsuit nines are out of there a lot. And then just more just offsuit deuces and stuff. I mean, suited deuces fold a little bit. I would probably be in there with these every time as well. All right, last one.
There's gonna be a large part of the range, a suited range that is going to be a call. This one is a call.
Okay.
I think the raise gonna start off at it's a EP with cutoff at nines. I'm still going with the ace jack off and
You're obsessed with
maybe
this
ace
goddamn
nine
ace
suit.
jack off.
Yeah, but it's against EP, so he's gonna
Yeah.
have a decent range for sure. And maybe three betting and like king jack suit, king 10 suit, queen jack suit.
What size?
The size is going to be
Give me the
about
multiplier.
5 times.
5x. 5xing.
5x.
Okay. I feel like we do VPIP here. All of our suited connectors should be VPIPing almost all pairs. That suited ace X region at this that can continue on someone else. 4, 5, folding deuce, 6, 7, 8, fold 9 plus. Ace 10 off is like dog shit in this spot. Ace Jack O probably needs to VPIP again. Offsuit queens probably out of there. Suited 10s, suited 9s, suited 10s, suited connectors, pairs, and this. Ace 3's in there surprisingly. So it's ace 4 and ace 5 still can VPIP. And it shows this equity as being 50-50 between like the way I don't try to play like this in game. It's very important. Just know that it's going to be profitable for you to EV in the spot. I think for a long time when I was playing some of these spots, I would try to mimic fucking precisely with this shit. No, you just know mentally that I could VPIP here profitably, rather it be by calling or by 3-betting. And then that's going to be where it comes down to you being a poker player and identifying like, is there any EV versus this loose versus this tight opponent, XYZ? Or can I edge pass? Is it better to just fold the shit? So I think thinking amongst those and being aware of what we can be pip profitably in these spots, and then adjusting based on your read as a poker player. I'm the king of edge passing. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's necessary. I mean, last night I passed up a fucking million spots while people killed themselves. You know? So I think I should be good because I want to kind of get ready, shower and shit. And plus I wanted to just do some basic multi-way stuff because I always think it's important to refresh fundamentally what these range looks like. I try to look at this once every 5-6 weeks or something like that. So I feel like we need to be consistent with sticking with this. I think Toe, are you getting the background to?
Yeah.
No, take your time. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here to go play the MSPT. Probably hang up for a little bit while Toe's getting set up and shit, and then you guys are going to look at some 3-bet pot stuff. We were discussing what we thought was best. Get into some 3-bet pot post flop, working on our sizes and whatnot. So thanks, Pucks. Thank you, Molten. Thanks, BP. Appreciate it, fam.
Like Cole said, you have no choice but to win.
Yeah, no choice but to win. Yeah, I'll go down there and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, like No, I'll see you guys later on tonight. If I'm back streaming tonight, you know it's bad. That's all I gotta say. I drove down to fucking play 3 hours. It could easily happen, dude. Easily.
All time.
Yeah, like I could easily be back streaming tonight. So it's funny.
You need to be in the mood to play a hyper turbo. You're gonna be fine.
Oh, I'm in the mood to fucking battle. Absolutely. I won money last night, so I'm definitely in the mood to go hard.
All right. What the fuck?
You guys get to get a toast session. Sheesh. This is usually $500 an hour.
That's right. This is that premium shit. You guys want to keep going with PFA?
Maybe getting the post flop stuff, right?
All right, cool.
Working on some stuff there, showing them your mastery. You're the one that taught me initially how to 3-bet when I was too tight 3-betting. You've always been like really good in these spots, in my opinion. Or
I think I was actually
identifies
overdoing it. I've kept it back a little bit, but yeah.
Back in the day, you used to 3-bet everything.
I used to be the set halves of 3-bets.
You did. You taught me.
Now it's funny, like I definitely am still somewhere in the 9-10% or so.
I
But
think I'm more aggressive.
I actually flat more now, and because I'm better post. I just want to fuck you up post.
Oh, I'm a lunatic, especially early.
Cool. So with that being said, this is pretty much 3-bet pots from anywhere. It's gonna be a little deeper stack because it's 3-bet pots. So I didn't want to, pick it like 3 bets at 20, 3 bets at 15, 17. Things get weird there, right? So we'll do a post. Let's do this shit. Let me get half ready participants and chat, and I will be good to go. All right, cool. Good to go. So let's kick this sucker off. Who have I not heard while I was listening in the background? Beats is lurking. Mike, you up there?
Yes, we 3-bet this.
We 3-bet this.
Middle, check.
You think it'll check? Do you think you're checking more on boards like this or betting more on boards like this in general with your range?
I think we're betting polar, so this is second pair. I think we're gonna check this back. We're gonna bet like pocket, like our 9x and our pocket 10s at a bigger size and check our ace king and even maybe aces on this board.
What do you do with like suited spades?
Suited spades, we could probably bet big because it's because it's a good draw, so we can put that in our polar range.
Okay. Kep, you got any major differences there? Kep dead to me. Joey, you got any major differences there?
Was I muted?
You were muted.
I said I would see bet like third pot.
C-bet here with this hand.
Yeah.
So you have a much wider C-betting range. What are you doing? I mean, that means you're definitely C-betting your spades, right?
I'm auto C-betting range, 3-bet pot, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just probably 3-betting everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat with Kep.
Yeah. See, it's interesting because I am definitely a proponent of 3-bet C-bet as a general rule, but a lot of times these middling boards have more checks than we would imagine, and then a lot of times they have bigger bets than we imagine too, not just quarter pot.
I think one of the caveats here, which I might not be accounting for, is the stack size. We're so deep that we can call a 3-bet. So if it was like a 40 bigs, I think that I might be wrong because of that, but I think usually on the middling boards, we see 2 middle cards. For 3 middle cards, you want to be more polar.
Yeah, I mean, I actually picked the spot too because this is one of my weaker spots.
Well,
barreling and double barreling with in 3-bet pots. But go ahead, Joey.
When you look at the under the gun connectivity, he doesn't have too many 8s and 6s in his range. He has suited 9s. Like, I would be a little more concerned if this was like 10-9, Jack 10, Jack 9.
I would actually say when you get closer to Broadway stuff, you have more C bets for sure. And then this middling stuff, who's got? I mean, I would say he doesn't have a ton of it, but who's got more 8s and 6s and stuff in their range? The 3-better or the caller?
I think we do. And
Do
we
you
and
think you 3-bet more 6x than they
I
call
mean,
6x?
do you have like king 6 suited here or not?
I don't. Do you?
I might sometimes.
At times.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's a big percentage though, right? It's pretty
No, no,
small
no,
percentage.
no.
All right.
How
Where
many?
he's got, 6s and 7-6 suited and 8-6 suited, and
Yeah, I think we have 7-6 suited. We 3-bet sometimes.
we 3-bet all suited connectors and they don't call any of
No,
them.
not all the time. Just when I feel like it.
Well, on
I
the
don't know.
button, we might not 3-bet those hands as often.
Yeah, I don't think we do. I mean, to be fair, I would flat this 100%.
He has some overpairs too, right? Like is he flatting like 10s and jacks here?
At this stack depth, I'm thinking might mix, but I do for sure.
For them, right? Talking about them.
I'm definitely gonna check your work beats. You don't even play poker anymore.
He has more sets than us though, right?
Half pop set halves. Yeah, because are we 3-betting 6s? No. He's always calling 6s though. Right?
So I think we have the equity advantage. He has the nut advantage, probably.
All right, let's try and see. Raise, 3-bet, call. So 7-6 is in here, 6 in here, 8-6 suited in here a little bit. Somebody asked what are 3-bet. A little bit.
Yeah, if it's spicy, I hit
A
those. It's
smidge.
rare.
That's interesting. I've been honestly, like I said, this is one of my weaker spots, which is why I like looking at this. We looked at something similar to this with the Team Toe guys, my stable, earlier in the week. And I'm definitely not the best in these spots. So I'm glad we're looking
For the
at it.
record, you're the one that taught me to C-bet, 3-bet C-bet.
Yeah, always except
So if
for
I'm wrong, it's your fault.
Sure, it's this is a great thing about poker. It's like always except for the one time, and you should always know what the solver does, but never follow it. That's why we love this game.
Yeah, and all our games are evolving as well, too, right? So
I would probably check this at some frequency, Mike. I think I'd kind of be on your strategy, but I'm not sure. We're gonna go with what you say though, because you were the man of the hour. 84% check. 4% check. Look at this. And the caveat is usually when it's 10 and under, or I'm sorry, under 10, so 9 and under and connected, we start to get a lot of checks. Look, we're checking 43% range. That's a big ass number.
yeah, really easy to oversee bet. Every combo flicks some chips in at some point, but it's all like low weights.
And like we have so many things we can bet here, right? Like bet your spades, bet your 9x for value and protection. Bet your overpairs, of course, for value and protection. These are weird. Just randomly with ace queen.
Can we quickly look at the report?
We can quickly look at the report. I mean, look, we don't have a lot of checks. But what we do is these low connected boards, like I was saying, where we just don't have it in our range ever. And then ace paired boards looks like a lot. All right, that's what these are. Oh no, these are ace and middling. Wow. So these are less intuitive. Why? Ace 9-4, ace 9, ace 8, ace 7. So it looks like ace 9 and under because we don't have any of that in our 3-bet range either. We have ace X and that's it. So that's an interesting caveat. I probably would miss these. I'd probably pure C-bet on all ace high boards.
Yeah.
But you can see like ace 9-7, ace 9-6, ace
Those are
9-5.
way ahead or way behind spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Ace
I
eight,
might
ace
find some checks
seven.
with my weaker aces that I 3-bet on the ace high flops, but my best aces, I'm gonna pure bet.
And then all these low connected boards.
Just kind of do it that way myself.
I mean, even some low disconnected boards. Look how much check we're doing at 7 through deuce. I agree with you, Cat. 7 through deuce.
So basically, it's
We just don't
anytime-
hit this shit ever.
Anytime the board's 9 high.
And under. Yep.
Well, that's,
Yep.
all right, thank you. All right, I'm done. I learned something today. See you guys.
All right. So yeah, that's why we picked the spot, right? Then of course, Mike, we checked like you should. You did a good job there, Mike, and got yourself into this nice little slice of hell.
This isn't hell, this is easy. Just get out of the way.
Fold.
Fold.
Anybody
Third
call?
pair in a 3-bet pot with a monotone, with 3 to a flush and an ace.
But you
We don't-
capped.
I don't care. I don't care. He's under the gun.
All right, cool. Yeah, I just fold. I would fold this too. You didn't fall for my shit.
Look at that. That's nuts. Just-
The nuts. Kept getting value owned. Joey getting value owned.
Par for the course.
What? Of course. So this looks like actually set weird that we're not always the 3-better.
Yeah, it looks like we were the caller here.
Let's play it both ways, Joey. What do you think?
Alexa, stop. Oh, this is definitely a check.
Don't miss lunch. Don't let Alexa's trying to tell you to eat your vegetables. Is that what it said? I think it said your lunch warning.
Yeah, my food's cooked. I gotta get it out of the oven.
You want me to go to someone else in the meantime?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, yeah, I mean, we're always checking out of position. Pretty easy. Check the aggressor. Check raise, check call, Mike.
I don't know what Solver's gonna do. I mean, Solver might just call here because the SPR is so small. You just let him go bet. I don't know. I'm just getting it in here and not messing around, but I wouldn't be surprised if Solver calls. It's my hedging my bet.
Deeper we have raises. I'd like to look at this a little deeper stacked as well. It's interesting. I think, I mean, everybody was calling. At this stack depth, I would likely call as well. And try not to just prematurely spew it.
Like I think the solver's gonna have like random like King X as a bluff here, where I think like in real life, if a guy's value 3-betting sub 25, it's only the nuts. So it's like just get it in at this point. I think solver's gonna have him.
Yeah, but he's gonna have some nines, depending on who it is, right? He's gonna have some nines and some tens and things that are just gonna be able to get away, right? He's gonna have things like King Queen and that he's gonna be able to get away, Queen Jack,
I mean,
You
we
can
got
lose
the
it,
nuts,
get
we can
away.
still get it in if he checks turn back, so I'm not very bad.
I kind of feel the same way, Cap. Let's look. Well, first let's do this because that's what he said. It's 100% call. And then let's see what happens when we're deeper. Or if I can see if this works. Let's see if I can decipher their code. Did I break it? Am I awesome? No, I'm not that awesome. This was button cutoff versus under the gun one. Oh, look, it didn't actually reset on me. Oops. So here we are. Queen 10.
It's raising more.
Yep. For some reason I was looking for Queen 10. I don't know why there would be any Queen 10 on here. But yeah, it's because of stack depth for sure, Mike. Because it is pure check raising when you're deep. Because you got to get it in. Okay. Easy. Oh, nailed his range too. Just fold. I kind of just want to play this in position. That position's weird. All right, Mike, what are you doing here? This is what, hand number 3?
Well, this is a weird one because it's big middle. It's kind of a middle card board. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say I check this back in game with this specific hand. That might be a big grief, but
Yeah, I don't hate a check without the spade.
Beats in real life, you should just call. And against the solver, you should just call. 50% for pucks. He's not scared. This is a weird one, right? Because this is not under a 9, but it is connected and not in our range. God, what would I do? I would see bet this small just because the 10 is out there. But I wouldn't be surprised if this one checks too.
I think we've looked at spots before where you do have one big card and 2 middle cards. You do check those back as those are checked back boards.
Yeah, I don't remember because when we looked at this on Tuesday, I don't remember what it said. To be honest with you.
But the thing that's different about the other hand is we had a marginal made hand.
Yeah, here we're dusted.
Now we have 2 overs and a backdoor straight draw.
And a small amount of showdown. Small amount. It's gonna have Queen Jack suited and
this is
struggling
another-
for other things. See,
This was another stack that
Oh,
we
not
don't
in
really
9-2.
need. We don't really need 3 streets either, so like, I really don't hate a check here at all without a spade. If I had a spade, I'd probably barrel for sure, but like, I'm happy to check this myself.
Yeah. Mike, what was your final answer? Check, yeah?
Check.
Minutes makes it pretty hard between quarter pot and check. So check
Pretty
and fine.
much it. Pretty much. can't-
Check, quarter pot, we're all right. And it's because of this 10, for sure. 10 just brings in actually. The more Broadway we get in here, the more we just start seeing betting. Cool.
I mean, if they check raise, we have an easy fold, right? So I
Sure.
guess it's not that bad. Go for it.
Just fold, Mike. You're folding.
Yeah, fold.
You're folding. LaRock, you folding? LaRock's folding.
Yeah, you know, I'm a nit, so yeah.
Cole went to the bathroom, but he's folding. Cheat, you folding? Everybody's folding. Just fold. How often are we 3-betting the button? And I'm gonna do
I don't find this one.
this, because I have like 0. Now I can cheat. Oh, piss. That sucks. Damn, thought it was smart. See better now. Danny says 10%.
I think he meant 10% 3-bet.
10% 3-bet. Oh, is it? This is bet quarter pot, says pucks. What do you think, Skate?
Sorry, I was just adjusting my my screen. Okay,
worries.
so
3-bet, do we see
yeah.
bet?
Yeah, I think we could see bet. I don't think UTG has many 9s.
Okay.
Yeah, the 9 is the bottom, but yeah.
I like checking this.
Ashes? Kept checking.
Yeah, I'm checking. I think this is like we saw this earlier where like 9 high boards in particular, like middle. I know this is kind of lower, so we saw a lot of this. Our hand, our range, there is some checking our range, and I think 7s fits nicely in our checking range.
It's gonna be hard to get to showdown, but I'm gonna try to get there cheap if I can, so.
Yeah, I mean we can chicken, but mostly bet.
The problem is that it's gonna be hard to get there cheap at this point. We're already in. We already made it expensive. we're already past cheap.
Well, cheaper. I mean, that money's gone. I mean, from here forward.
That money's already burnt. That's why you should flat your 7s here. Yeah, so another interesting board, right? 9 high and connected. We have that large checking range for sure. The problem with I'm seeing with betting with these 7s is like we're betting for value or betting as a bluff. Betting as a bluff, what's better? That's folding nothing. For betting as for value, what's worse? That's calling murky, which is leading me kind of to a check. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm saying. Joey says check this marginal. Marginal with a lot of equity too, which is kind of nice. Right? Mike, did you say what you were doing? Or did I just go off to other people?
Check, marginal made hand, middle, auto check.
Mostly check.
Some better.
Let's check this one out. Mostly checking. I mean, betting is okay. Die. Certainly not a mistake. But again, look, we still get, I mean, it's not nearly as big as the last one because it's a little gappy, but still a decent amount of check with like pretty much our entire range is at least mixing some, except for our best top pair.
I like if he's tight and straightforward. I like a bet there because he just has so many high cards that he's not getting out of line with. You know, if he has bluffs and can check raise and stuff like that, then I like check back more.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I can get behind it. If you're exploiting because this guy's super nitty, then so you're just going to see bet everything all the time and he's just going to fold or play accordingly, by all means. But you just got to make sure you have that read first, right? And have it backed up with it's not really for you, Mike. I know you're good about this, but in general, just have it backed up with substantial sample size and evidence to know that you're exploiting well.
Was UTG the pre-flop raiser?
UTG was the pre-flop raiser, and I want to know how much I want to know how much we were 3-betting the sevens.
Well, I guess now I could see some check because, you know, I guess he could be checking back aces and kings really if he wants to.
I don't know if it's flatting those. I'll check that too. But look, I mean, we're only 3-betting these sevens 4% of the time. So like I would say, just flat this shit on the button. Look at this though, flatting jacks a lot, flatting queens a lot. Which these I probably am. I just know I am way over 3-betting. Right, look at this ace king O flatting a lot. You do got to respect the under the gun. We caught a little a baby ass sliver here, but really look at this range. You really got to respect the under the gun. I think it was Ashes. You had a question and I just forgot what it was because I got off on a tangent. Ashes, was that you that had a question just a second ago? Dead to me. All right, cool. All right, checks now, Mike. What up? He's double cappied.
I'll bet now. Again, I'd love to bet small, but we just don't. Maybe we can. Maybe we can bet small because it's a 3-bet pot. Fuck. Sorry. I'll just say bet 25%.
Pat, what are you doing? 25%. Larock, what are you doing?
25 or 50% pot.
Somewhere between small and medium. Said, what are you doing? 25 seems good.
Or double for sure. I'm going at 75.
Sizing up, big for Seth. Cole, what are you doing? Ash is like 25. Lots of 25 out there. 50
I
grand.
would bet small as well. Probably 25. I was gonna say 33, but that's not an option.
Sure. Lots of 25 out there. This is a weird one.
I'm checking again, by the way.
Yeah, I'm kind of on team Kev for this one too, and I could be wrong. Like I said, especially these turns are something I've been working on lately that I'm not that strong at in these 3-bet pots. And my first thought is like, what the fuck changed? Literally nothing changed, right?
Yeah.
And then
And my
like,
goal was to get to a cheap showdown. So
yeah, and
chips that he get
also,
me there cheap.
like now we know he doesn't have overpair.
Well,
I just wanna like charge him if he's got 2 overcards, I guess. It's kind of my idea.
Are they calling with random 2 overcards?
I
like
think,
good-
I
I
think
just
we
good-
call a small
good
bet
ace
with ace
high.
king.
Good ace high, yeah.
No, but
That's not a very big range.
we can clean up our equity with a delayed C bet here.
I do like that argument. Things like, I mean, Queen Jack of Hearts.
And
King
we
Ten of
do have
Hearts.
double gut shot now.
My opponent
do
could
it.
just have like ace 5,
do.
ace 6, stuff like that.
That's a good argument. I mean, that is definitely worse that could call here for sure. Ace five, ace six suited.
I-
I love that.
I don't think under the gun is as top of range is much less discounted, like as well as what they said, clean up equity. And I don't want to check here and then face a huge pot bet on the river, for example, and be put in a spot with sevens.
I am all about buying the river and blocker bets. I do that a lot. I actually probably overdo it a little bit if I'm honest. However, like, do I give a buck what the river card is besides maybe an ace? And then he bets whatever size he bets. Not when he checks the flop and the turn. At this point, now I don't give a shit. Like, you can bet whatever the fuck you want. You got one card or nothing. Like, all right, you know. So I'm kind of on deep check, but most of you guys bet 25%. Let's see if Kep and I are wrong. 50's good too.
Really
50.
50%.
Bigger.
Yep.
You out there, we're on the 50 train for sure. Yeah, but checking okay. And betting small okay too.
Net life.
Yeah. Both are good.
And you're the president, right? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I've been here
Told me that
forever.
once.
I've been here forever.
We just river to 7 too. Nice casual river set.
Your opponent. had
See,
queen high.
easy. Easy game. All right, let's go. Yes, someone commenting.
Yeah, this one we open big blind 3-bet us.
They did. What are you doing now, Joey? Since you stole the mic.
Crap.
Call.
See?
Yeah, you can't fold this.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hate it, but
His
I
range
can't
is
like
still-
that. I just
His
couldn't
range is
get
still
it.
uncapped, so I don't think you can raise this either.
The thing is, his range is also very, very tight.
That's true.
What's
Because
his three bet
he's
range?
3-betting.
5%?
He's 3-betting from the big blind, which usually they can just flick a chip in. So that is true. I mean, it's probably going to be without cheating, like a bunch of mix of things, like, you know, slivers here, slivers there, slivers everywhere, you know. But in general, especially playing against real people, 3-bets from the big blind are usually pretty strong. Because, like I said, they can just flick a chip in. Most people take the easy route. So I agree with that, Cap, for sure.
Yeah, for that. With that being said, I could see nines folding mostly, maybe jacks or queens calling.
Here, just folding here.
Ah,
You can't fold here.
There ain't no way
No.
we could fold here. Nah.
well, he bet.
I mean, he
bet-
did bet big. You know what's weird is that he bet. Yeah, what is his big bet range on this?
Yeah, it makes me scared.
God,
I think
I'm
he
gonna say
I
the
think he's
solver
supposed to bet
probably
big on this board.
when he bets. I think is
Well-
the asterisk there, Joey.
Yes.
Right. So I do agree that when he bets, he should bet big on this board. However, what does his big bet range look like on this board?
Yeah, he could have like flush draw combos and like other combos, right? Or- I don't know.
Some. He's got a lot of fucking overpair too. He's got
Yeah.
a lot of overpair.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think we can call. I don't think we can fold. It's just got to be too strong to fold. It's got to be. I agree that we can't raise, and I also agree that I ain't happy, and I'm like puckered all the way up, wondering what the fuck. Why am I not listening to Ashes and calling this and auto folding every turn? I don't think we can fold. Let's find out. No folds. Oh, and a lot of it just jams. Fuck
All
you.
in.
I consider jamming for protection, but I just thought it was too thin.
Just run it.
He's
still has-
flipping a
he's
coin.
still
He's got
uncapped, though.
jacks, tens plus, and he's got some stuff.
What does his big bet range look like? I mean, you can see a lot of his range, big betting, not a lot of small bets. So that's cool.
I
And
think-
then what is
Wow,
it?
he
It's
3-bet that
overpair,
wide?
Queen nine,
Well,
no hearts
it's
and
not
spades. See,
100%.
the problem is that real people aren't going to find a lot of this.
I see. I think it's because he has to call off like king 6 suited, 7 6 suited, ace 5 suited if he bets big, and then
Mhm.
faces a jam.
Queen nine of spades,
So
queen
he
nine
did
of
get
hearts.
value.
Like who's finding big bet with big bet donkey with queen nine of hearts?
Well, it's not a donk. He 3-bet.
Oh, big bet, C bet. I'm sorry, with queen nine of
Yeah.
hearts. Maybe.
I didn't think his range was
maybe.
even that wide.
Maybe it's pretty wide. It is pretty wide. This makes sense. All has shit tons of equity. This makes sense. This all makes sense. This is the hard stuff. Queen Jack and King Jack. I think it's just because you're matching your value. That's pretty much what that is. And like we really want a spade. Okay. Lesson learned on that one. Call or jam. Cool. Oh, we checked. Now I'm doing the happy dance. Joey, what do you think? You doing the happy dance?
So if we put a bet out there, we could buy the river too. He's capped his range.
Rock says it's just jam. It's an SPR one.
I think. Oh, is it? Oh, it is an SPR one.
Sunham's jamming. Beats jam.
Yeah,
You gonna
yeah.
succumb to the peer pressure, Joey?
Of course I am.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was. I didn't realize the SPR was one. What?
You can block a bet. You can block a bet. I mean, look, it's not. It's actually more EV, incidentally. Block a bet, not a bad thing. I wonder if he starts checking back overpair when that like straights come in.
Yeah.
A little bit. Look,
Yeah.
aces, kings, queens. That's why blocker bet's better than jamming. More EV than jamming. Interesting. Oh, he calls we're dead. I had to warn you.
We're losing that all anyway.
Yeah, we're losing on the river. Probably. That was my last buy-in. Uh-oh. The Rocks Busto. That was it. All right. Who can we pick on? Cole.
I would like to bet 25.
Bet 25. Pucks, what are you doing? BP, are you out there? A lot of checking, he says. Checking for ashes. BP, are you out there in the multiverse?
Open enough to the guy fucking
Go
punted
with check.
off and sucked out.
Check for beats. I think you already checked twice. Oh no, that's the first time you checked. Yeah, I want to say this one I think mixes. Again, we have the 10 board, which is going to be a lot more c betting.
We're not c betting. The small blind.
Oh, they 3-bet and then check to us. Which is definitely making me want to bet more. With my bottom pair that's never going to realize equity otherwise. And bet quarter pot. Sorry, maybe even 10%. I think I would be c betting. Most of you guys are checking now. Let's find out. 80% check, toe, don't spew. We're too short to spew. Too short to spew. 40% check. That's a lotto check. So 7 betting. Oh, just don't bet bottom pair. Boo. That's 2 pair. Just don't bet bottom pair. I thought I would be betting bottom pair, but no. A little too much. A little too much. Okay. Pretty intuitive. You guys are better than me in the spot on this board. Are you calling, Cat?
I mean, Doesn't feel good, but I'm not folding.
Recording is.
There, you just rejoined.
Doesn't feel good, but I got a call, I think. I mean, I can't fold. We don't have hearts. He could be barreling some hearts maybe now. I mean, he's gonna have some overpairs probably that can check aces and kings maybe. Maybe he's got, I don't know if he has any weaker 10x in his range that he might check flop. I don't know if he has 10-9 suited, probably not. But like, I just got a call.
Mike, you call? This is one of those weird spots.
In real life, no.
I was gonna say this is one of those weird spots where you always.
I wonder if it check jam. I wonder if we, oh, we're not check jam, but I wonder if we just rip it. Rip it,
What?
it feels bad. I think I just call.
Yeah, why? Then you're turning a pair no bluff, and that's not usually a
Yeah.
thing.
Do that sometimes though.
Beats wants with you. Beats wants to raise not all in.
Can't raise not all in.
He just doesn't, I
Can
mean,
you?
blocking sets doesn't matter here, so I don't feel the need to raise. Like he doesn't have sets, I don't think.
I didn't see who asked about the raise not all in, but this is America. You can do whatever you want.
Not American.
Oh, you're fucked. Then all of us can 3-bet not all in except for you.
You said they're not American, Cole.
Yeah, it must be Canadian or something, right?
Well, that's North America. I mean, he's American.
Oh, now we're
True.
getting now we're getting technical. Yeah. Fuck. Such a weird spot when he fucking checks flop and then leads turn.
Small too.
Definitely said ace and nines. I mean, I'm always calling this in real life and then kind of hating it. That's not too bad. I warned you you're gonna hate it.
I'm gonna feel like such a fish, but I ain't folding.
Yep, well now. Everybody calling.
Take my chips.
Well,
Here's the bonus question. Are you calling this always in game? Or are you calling this always in the solver?
Yeah,
Or
take my
both?
chips. Always take them.
Both.
Solver, yes. Iggy, no. Brazilian on ACL, yes.
Fair. Global?
I mean, nothing changed on the flop. How can I fold? Like, I'm not folding this in real life or solver land or anything. It might be a fold. I don't know, but I am not folding.
Global against who? Are we global against Mia Wallace or global against unknown? Mia Wallace call, unknown fold.
As a PokerStars resident, I will say that river bluffs are less than 1% frequency.
God, I want to fold so bad. We check.
I
flop
think
too,
with top pair pairing, I think in the solver we have to call.
I do too.
Population, it's a harder.
Yeah. I mean, I expect to lose there a ton, but I'm just not folding.
I love how
Obviously
everyone.
not-
I love how all the global regs have their aggro spaz, their favorite aggro spaz, and immediately just start throwing out screen names.
How does he not see bet with kings?
Yeah, weird, right?
Low
A weird
SPR, you
sliver.
really have to.
I hit a weird sliver.
Brought
Yeah,
to
it's
you
probably
by PokerStars.
probably small.
I bubbled a final table last night in a similar spot where top pair ace paired on the river, and I had second
Wow.
pair and the guy jammed on me, and it was he just had it, of course.
Gotta go get some lunch, guys. Have a
And
good
look
sesh.
Look at the aces too.
Yep. A lot of bad things going to happen on turns and rivers. A lot of bad things. Just take it and shut down.
I mean, what do all of us really think about kings? No ace on the flop. Awesome, let's bet.
Yep.
I think they want to check jam.
But who's doing that? How many people do you see actually implementing this strategy? Is that like
Zero,
normal?
but it used to be better.
It's
Maybe
really,
it's because the stack depth's so low that like they
Yeah.
don't need to bet the flop to still get all the chips.
Also, like this board's super dynamic and never gonna turn in your favor. Right? Like Queen and Jack are the only two cards that the turn are in your favor, and then 2, 3, and 4. Not a lot.
Yeah, that
And when
that
you
makes
auto
sense.
see bet this and you get to turn, now you're just capped and lost. I mean, maybe not necessarily on a 3, but on a lot of other cards, right? Hmm.
but definitely when we check behind, kings is looking a lot better.
For sure. Now you have a lot more information, right?
Yeah,
For sure. Stuff in my face a little bit. All right, same spot. We got 3 bet by the blinds. I wanted to be in position in all these hands, and it's still giving us these weird
Well,
spots where we're not the 3 better.
you're technically still in position.
I know. I just said, but we're not the 3 better. It's spoiling my plans. Interesting spot though. Super tough. What do you think, Said?
Oh, with the flush draw and over for sure, he checks. I bet him, and I bet him large. Something like 75.
10 for skate. 10% for ashes. 10% for pucks. Quarter pot for Danny. Cole, what are you doing? Hold on. Mike, what are you doing?
I think 50% will be better with the for the SPR.
This is a weird one. It's got a bunch of like conflicting caveats to it. Like generally speaking, on 9 high boards, when you have 10s and jacks, you size way up. However, generally speaking, when there's a straight or a flush, and especially when there's a straight and a flush on the board, we size down. So I'm actually pretty conflicted myself here. I'm thinking quarter pot, but I'm not actually sure. This is a weird one. 10% seems to make a little bit of sense too. Small bet,
Yeah.
huh?
I could
Quarter.
imagine it's gonna be like 50 and between 50 and 75 because I like what you said, but I don't think that matters too much here because when the big blind is 3 betting pre-flop, he has even less of the straights and maybe a little bit of the flop flush.
So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was the most common? Quarter, SE 10, SE 10,
Quarter is close to
quarter.
3 street geometric, but are we really planning 3 value bets no matter what comes up?
No, probably not, right?
Yeah,
Oh, let's roll with 10 and see what happens. 10 or check? Who said that? Beats crush it. 10 or check?
yeah, you could check here because you have the spade.
Mhm.
I think without the spade, you're betting more often.
Let's find out. Probably right.
Nope,
Looks like the same.
not a change.
It's 50-50 across the board. Give me 1 second to see who this is.
No, I think the sizing is a product of the board. On a board like this, you don't ever really bet large.
I mean, yeah, it is like a monotone board, right? That's the point. It is monotone, and I get that.
Yeah, plus the other part you have to keep in mind is like Molten brought it up, but they're three betting pre like 5-4 suited and up, all their suited connectors. So this board actually does hit them, and they're so they are three betting those all the suited connectors. There is a decent percentage on all of them.
Doesn't this block a ton of their suited connectors though?
It does as far
Or
as the
just meant,
spades
like,
go,
6,
but
7,
yeah,
and-
I mean,
okay.
like, because it is going to block some, but they definitely do have that within range. And then also like the ace 5, ace 4, king 6 suited, ace 7 suited. Those are all three betting, have a three bet pre component as well.
And 7-6 suited three bets, maybe what, 10% of the time?
No, it's probably closer to 30% of the time pre.
I imagine it probably starts at 6, 7, and then
From
goes
the
up.
big blind?
Yeah, from the big blind at 60, your 5-4, 6-5, 7-6, 8-7 are all gonna be over 25% three bet. 9-8 is gonna be less, but that's just a product of it's under the gun. But because it's under the gun and you're at 60 deep, you're gonna three bet some of those smaller suited connectors because under the gun isn't gonna have them and you are. So if they hit, then it changes the equity.
Cool. I'm back. I heard most of that. Good stuff. Skate said he would always bet big here. So it's weird because we always give you these little rules and stuff. Especially if you're on the team toe guys. You hear me say this shit all the time over and over again. But like I said before, on non-high boards, tens and jacks, size up a lot. But when there's straights and flushes on the board, it just always overrules that. And the sizes come way down. You can see here at tens still betting small because there's a straight on the board. And now you see big bet starting to mix in. Bet 50 starting to mix in. Where's the big bets? Fuck. I know you're in here, big bets. 50% mixing in. Weird. What's the difference?
Probably like Jack 7-2.
Oh, you know what the difference is? It's just the fact that it's a 3-bet pot. Yeah. I forgot we were looking at 3-bet pots there for a second.
Oh,
so
yeah,
your big bet is 50%, basically.
There's an SPR of 2-1.
Right.
That's what was just
in a single raised pot.
Single raised, then you size up. Our size up is 50% here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
See bet get called. Now what beats? The not so lurker.
Well, it doesn't say I'm lurking now. What size did we go? We went 10%.
Mhm.
And we're at 2-1.
Did we go?
Yeah, we did.
10? Okay. I wasn't sure if we went 10 or quarter.
Quarter. Still bet small.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Kind of broke up a little bit.
I said I'd probably still stick with like a smaller bet and go like quarter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Custom beats. I like quarter pots as pucks. Anybody out there checking?
Ooh. I don't know. I think there's definitely going to be some checks in. This is going to be mixed. There's definitely going to be some checks in the answer. in my mind.
What are you doing? You bet and get raised?
I think if you,
snap
I think
calls.
if you bet and get raised, I think you have to call. With a flush draw and overpair. And a
Are you-
gut shot.
Do you think that's true in real life and at the solver?
Real life, no.
It's
not-
never a fucking. There's zero bluffs.
It's not a confident call in real life.
In real life, it's always a straight, 100% a straight or a flush. Like there's no in between. It's never ever anything but a straight or a flush.
Or the ace of spades.
I think
I think it's a flush.
60% of people miss the ace of spades in general.
Yeah, I would agree with that. A lot of people with the ace of spades would just check call here. So
Sick.
it's player dependent.
No.
But for the most part, it's either going to be a flush or a straight if you get raised here.
I mean, I would even say player dependent. I would just snap fold against everybody. I'm not saying let me check though. Bet small does seem to be okay. This seems like be okay where I don't think we get raised that often. That'd be crazy. The problem is like, do we still get called by single spade hands when it's 4-liner out there? That is the question I'm not sure about.
I think when we go small, we still get called by single spade hands and then single pairs.
You got to be crazy. You're calling here with a 5, 6, or an 8. You got to be crazy. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to fucking do here. I would check in game. I don't know if that's right. Pete said quarter pot though. He's the whiz. 50%. Bet quarter pot. Betting 50%, not crazy. Checking close in the equity. Wicked. I warned you. I told you. See, that's the thing about they can't teach you in the solver. I think actually Sixes was kind of alluding to this earlier today. The stuff they can't teach you in a solver. It's like when you just know, you have that intuition through 25 years of getting your shit kicked in to know that this fucking raise is coming. Like I called it. Yeah, tough spot. A lot of people said snap call. Happy
Yeah, and
stack, bing bang boom.
The solver's going to call.
I mean, if you're folding this, what are you calling?
Spades and a 7.
But that you're limiting yourself to just that.
Fuck yeah, because he's got no bluffs.
Against actual
Zero
people.
fucking bluffs.
That's
Zero
kind of
single
where
pair hands.
Yeah, I'm at these days. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I called a bet and saw a bluff.
I would send in a nap fold.
Yeah, remember in population, MDF.
Am I on stream? Then I would hem and haw and then still fold because I don't give a fuck. I'm not like sixes. I like my money better than making my stream happy. Yeah, fuck that. I mean, low spades is a little weird, right, Matt? Like, I mean, this is a weird 3-bet spot. So what?
But if he has a,
We don't really have any of those spades, right?
I
Because
think we got too much out to fold this. A spade he could be on straight. You beat him with a flush. A 7, you beat him. He could be on a bluff too, like ace of spade.
and then we got to deal with card removal too.
Over pocket,
like
maybe.
if he's got a spade, that's just one less out. Fuck. I don't think a solver ever folds, but I would be the fuck out of here. So gone. All right, guys. You said we can't fold. It just rips it. You crazy.
What?
You don't like money.
Look at that high EV to rip it too.
And you call again.
Have to call. Yeah, that's right. Look.
We were
listen,
dead.
Listen,
We were just
we don't need
dead.
GTOW. What you need is toe W. Is what you need. Just toe W. And like I said, on the turn, not even the solver's fucking bluffing. Get the fuck out of here. Just
Can you
get rid
actually
of that.
can
Get
can
the
you
fuck
actually see if they
outta
have
here.
any like or what the bluffs there
Can't
might look like?
Fool GBT. Yes.
Yeah, like ace of spades king. I would
Fuck you,
imagine it's
Byron.
it's like the biggest
Fuck
bluff.
You.
He wants to see the big blind on the turn. Right there.
So let's just do this. So he's raising kings and aces, queens, king, queen. Oh, the spade. This is the spade, Joey. And these are all flushes, right? Yeah, like queen 10 of hearts and queen 10 of clubs and queen 10 of diamonds, which real people are never doing. Those are pairs. Ace, 8 of hearts, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, which is literally never happening. That's a straight.
Yeah, these are just like literally all non-human.
Spade,
bluffs.
spade, 7, 6. Oh, those are
That's a straight.
straights.
They're straights.
4, 5 of hearts. Get the fuck out of here. 4, 5 of anything. Get the fuck out of here. So I mean, like in real life, just fold.
Yeah, like can anyone name like a single time their opponent's just here with like queen 10 of diamonds?
Never, ever fold.
I think that
I told you.
I have seen one like do a non-blocker bluff on Global before. I think.
I'm sorry. Say
But
that
other
one more
than
time.
that, I seen one rake who's made a random bluff before.
Yeah, or like I can see like when you blocker bet here, if you had a chance to blocker bet, people try to punish the blocker bet. That seems to happen a lot. But yeah, I mean, like given the solver is not fucking Jesus Christ. All right. All right, one more round of 5, and then we gotta wrap this sucker up. We've been going 2 hours, so it's a pretty good sesh. I know we usually go to like noon, but I got some stuff I gotta do today. So another round of 5. Let's do it. If your opponent is Saliba, you can see them bluffing. I mean, still fold. Because like Justin's just gonna beat you. You're fucked if you do. Just don't play pots against Justin Saliba, I guess is what I'm saying. You know, like you want a good pro tip, like there's plenty of fish out there. Don't fuck with Justin. Like at all, in any way. Just straight pot control, bet your value. Don't fuck with that guy.
Well,
He's because you deviate, you're owned. And if you don't know the tree, you're owned. Same thing with like Matt Affleck. I play Matt Affleck all goddamn day. He's like all about the small sites lately. So he's all over global. He's all over Bet Online. He played Matt Affleck all day. Don't play pods against Matt Affleck. Don't try and use his Webby against you. He's too good. Attack the fish. All right. What is this? BB? Damn, this was all us getting fucking owned by the blinds. Raise the BB, and now they are C betting. And we need to decide what to do on 30 bigs. Got it. Pete wants to rip. Skate wants to call. But I see Saliba, I'm in the wrong tournament. It's true, Rock. The kid like doesn't play online and doesn't play below 1Ks, I don't think. Unless it's a serious tournament. And even 1Ks, I think, are stretching it for him. A lot of calls. Rock jamming. Pucks calling, but thinks there might be some jam. Sunhead's jamming. That's not a surprise. Beach jamming, little surprise. Ashes jamming, not a surprise. Yeah. I want to be in a live tourney scene, but everything below 1K is live has some trick. Well, the problem with Ashes is like, yeah, that too. Like, live is great. Live is always going to be the softest. Always. And so that's great. The problem with live is that there's like no buy-ins that are worth playing, under usually, $500-600 usually. Like I would never suggest playing the $100 daily wherever the fuck, and the Orleans here, for example, has a nice daily on a Friday night. The problem is it starts at 7 and ends at 5 in the morning. And then and then they want to do a 12-way chop at 5 in the morning, and like, fuck all that. But it's hard to get the volume in, and it's a lot of the buy-ins are big. So you need a much bigger role. And if you're traveling, it's even worse. Like I'm lucky I live in Vegas, right? But if you're traveling, then you have to use, like Justin's in Spain right now. The cost of the food, the cost of travel, the cost of like local travel, Ubers, cost of your hotel, the cost of all that kind of stuff. Like it gets to be really, 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 really hard to make it. Really, really hard. You need a really big role.
Well,
If you're pure live and doing a role right. Yeah, jump in there, Joey. I think it was you.
the hundreds are, even though they have a high fee of about 20% now, they are beatable because the field's so weak.
Sure.
And those other things like the hotels, travel, when you're 15 minutes from the casino, I don't have travel rake.
I mean,
you
yeah, I
ask
think it's
yourself too,
beatable.
if you're playing $100 live tournament, is it worth it? Ever?
Depends on your role.
No, I mean, like, is there ever going to be enough money up top in $100 wherever the fuck, whatever the fuck? Nah. Not in my experience. You're gonna play $100 tournament anywhere at any time for any reason, and there's probably gonna be like 2 or 3 camp top, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd take
Well-
take that.
I think that's relative.
You know,
I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
you
like,
guys who are big winners, 2000 is nothing, but
Yeah, I mean, if I play,
mean,
there's some argument to that.
I play 10 cent online, like 1K is my entire role, so
I get it, but if you're gonna spend $100, I just feel like getting
it's also game options, right?
30 buy-ins is not that much.
I think
Like,
the-
around me, like there's like home game tournaments that run like every single week. They're like 100 buy-in Tuesday night, 6 to 12, like, and they look just so soft, just
How much is on
unbelievably
top of those
soft.
things?
You keep on with the lesson. I'll go pull up the pay up from it.
Oh, I would just get ballpark it.
Yeah.
But
The other problem for like us being in Vegas is if it's $100 tournament, it gets 20 people maybe. So it's like looking at it here versus some other places, it's a little bit different with that buy-in level versus
sure,
because
like,
we have so many of like the 400, like Venetian always has series going on or different things, so that kind of skews the tournaments here.
yeah, it's like I would never pay 37 for first. I mean, this is okay actually.
yeah,
$200 buy-in, 37
this-
for first. So
Oh, it's
This
a
is a
$200
Saturday.
buy-in.
Yeah, this one was a Saturday one. So usually
yeah,
they do these Tuesday nights for $100. And I mean, kind of why I'm focusing on this, because I'd be curious to know if these are worth playing. But they usually do 100
What's the
person.
side pot shit?
Man, they just do like a bunch of random stuff where
Like this would drive me
So
crazy. You're just taking
weird.
$1,500 out of the prize pool. Fuck
so
this tournament.
you that's an extra thing you pay in.
Oh, that's a side thing you pay into?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
like
that-
pay
that's
extra
optional.
at all of these events to have added winnings on the side. I don't really get
You
it.
know,
There's
it's like
so much random
they
stuff too,
chopped.
and like all
chopped
these
some winnings.
events.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The problem
Yeah.
with live, there's 2 of them, is the event that are profitable or are like 3 days even, so you lose so much time playing it. Online you will have play so much volume compare, And the other thing is that you're playing what is a normal tournament. Live tournament is a hyper turbo online. No, for the number of fun
I
you're
mean,
gonna play.
that's a big thing too. Like I would
Yeah,
never play
They
30-minute
do have
levels or
the
less.
20-minute levels.
Oh fuck
Yeah.
no.
There's some like crazy stuff too. A lot of the ones here, they have like, I don't know if this is normal anywhere else, but they call it like an add-on or like a top up where you can just like pay a different entry fee to start with more chips.
Yeah, it's because they don't get any runners, so they're doing everything they can to milk the money out of it.
And just like, to me, every time I see that, I'm like, if you don't get the add-on, like, are you just torching?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah, what they do in Philly a lot now is like an extra $5, you get an extra 5,000 in chips.
The
Just-
dealer add-ons? Yeah,
Yeah,
they do
yeah.
that in Baltimore as well. It's
Yeah.
The $5 goes to the dealers and you get like an extra 5,000 in chips.
Well, that's like here, the Orleans runs a Saturday tournament. It's a $200 buy-in, but at any point up until the end of late registration, you can add on $100 for an additional starting stack.
Yeah, so you just always have to do that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just count it as a $300 tournament because you're either going to add it on at the end of the add-on period or the rebuy period, or you're going to use that as a rebuy if you bust.
Yeah, that makes like one of these local ones, I did play a local one online and they had like an add-on for the final table. They just like make the final, it's on Poker Stars and it's like, they're like, oh, now that you're at the final table, would you like to add on before final table play resumes? I was just like, I
Oh,
just
weird.
don't want to play this event at all.
That's like what is it? GG will like certain tournaments they put everybody at like a average big blind stack or something, so it changes everything.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah, I think that's really good that they do that. Because then you actually
good
have
for the
play at the
short
final
stacks.
table. Yeah, I mean, it's also just like, I don't know, it's more interesting, more fun if there's like real decisions to make instead of having like 5 stacks that are like under 15 big blinds.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're the big stack, like let's say you're at 80 bigs and everybody else is under 20, you're gonna hate that.
Yeah, that's fair.
A lot of
Yeah,
this stuff
but
though, it just feels like they're so, the more like weird stuff and the more like annoying things they have in there, just like the way softer the events are.
Yeah,
I mean that's true, but it's also way worse for the reg.
right.
You know, like it's like PKOs. PKOs are great for poker. They're great for poker. They're great for the recreational. They're terrible for regs.
Mystery bounties, same thing.
Mystery bounty, exact same thing.
Unless it's the mystery bounty on ACR where you just every entry you build a bigger stack.
Right.
It's like, oh, I got 42 bullets through. Ha ha! You only have 5.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of a purist in a lot of ways. Like, keep it the same. Keep poker. Keep it the way it was. Fucking. I'm down for freeze out, even though I know like late reg is an okay thing on some level. You know, I think decent late reg. I'm okay with limited reentry. Freeze outs are better, and fucking pay out fucking, let's say 10 to 15% of the field depending on the event. Pure, nice and easy, pure and beautiful, and then watch.
But I think
I mean, that's
the way
global in a nutshell, right? That's why I win all the money there.
the way I see PKO, I see that that's a tour tournament in one. So when I manage my bankroll for it, it's like if I playing $11 tournament, it's $5.50 for the co tournament and $5.50 for the normal tournament. Instead of seeing this together, but the way I play, I make a lot more money with the KO than than with the structure because it's gonna be harder to finish first in the 1,500 field. So when you get maybe on ball, it's better to play a normal tournament. But when you're playing Poker Star or GG, the field are so huge that you're not making the final table very often.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm all about, I mean, the guys who know me well know this. Like, I am all about small field. Smaller guarantees come with small fields. That's the cost of doing business. And getting that shit in volume. You know, like, I can't tell you. I mean, Six is the same way. He plays on Ignition, which is a large field, but he's also one of their sponsored pros. So there's that. But like, you know, like, I don't play on Ignition, even though I can't. I don't play on ACR. Like, fucking ever. I don't give a fuck about OSS. OSS can kiss my ass. I've won OSS. I've won an OSS. It can still kiss my ass. You know, like, I'm all about it. I'm all about small fields, nice late reg, freeze out, in, out, nice and clean, make my money, go the fuck home. You know, and like easy. And like, my big problem with ACR isn't, you know, you hear the bots and the cheating scandals and all that bullshit. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. No, I mean, does it exist? It exists. But is it why I don't play on ACR? No, I don't play on ACR. It's because ACR has a horrific playing experience. It's a 5-hour late reg, it's 5,000 people, it's, you know, 15-20 hour tournaments. Like, that shit's miserable. It's not fun. It's not fun to play.
What's weird, when I started selecting my site that I want to play on, people told me that Poker Store was the best field and one that has the hugest field. And I think GG has a better field and
I think GG does have a better field.
Yeah, because everybody goes on GG, and now the field on Poker Star is weaker, and the field on GG is one of the best.
Sure, yeah. I mean, these things go. I remember when ACR like barely had anything on it, and everyone was playing something called the Merge Network. Carbon Poker was their biggest one, but they had a bunch of skins. Yeah, everyone was on the Merge Network. ACR was nothing. I never played on ACR. Everyone was on Merge. Everyone. Ship Don't Die, those guys all from Merge. Bet on Drew, all from the Merge days. Everyone was playing there. And then Merge started giving payout issues. And slowly but surely, everyone left Merge and ACR became the big thing. That's what happened. Merge had them beat, but they fucked it up. So yeah, they were the #1 network after Black Friday.
I thought it was Global that was the #1.
Say BOL? Is that what you said?
No, Global. I thought it was the #1 in the state. #1 site where there's more people, more big field and things like this.
You're talking about today or previously? Today.
Today.
It's got to be ACR, right? How can that not be the biggest site? I mean, US facing site. I'm talking about US facing site.
Yeah.
US facing sites by far. ACR.
Yeah.
I told you because I play international site and I can tell you GG.
GG is the biggest worldwide, right?
Yeah. The field so huge. You were selecting a tournament and then just in the 55 there is 5,000 players where Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you. Like, back in the old PokerStars days, there was a $5, I believe, it was a $5 20K is what I want to say. It ran every day. Every day it ran. And I think it was like 5K for first on a $5 tournament. Like, these are the days. These days don't exist.
They used to exist.
They used to exist back when, yeah, well, poker was just thriving. There's the OSS. It's not that. Where is it?
Well, that's like even global. They used to have like the brawl used to be like 550 rebuy 20K.
Yeah, and then it disappeared over time.
Yeah, the brawl was nice.
It was their one tournament. It was like their anchor tournament. It was the only thing that brought people there. when they first started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember banking it for 4 figures like very early on. It like doubled my bankroll.
Yeah, me too. Actually,
It's what got me started.
me too. Actually, damn, I can't find it. Oh well, I can't find it. I'm not gonna waste your time. Yeah, but it was like a 20K that ran every day that had like 5K up top for a $5 buy-in, and that shit was every day. It's hard to win those though. Super hard. Super hard to win those. It's much easier to be, well, again, like I don't want to make it sound like you just get on something like global poker, the equivalent thereof, and just start printing money. Like you do have to work and you do have to be better than the field. That's definitely a caveat no matter where you play. But in general, small field's going to be better. And if you're one of the best in the small field, you're just going to print fucking money. Ashes, how old were you during the 5K days?
I was under 18. That's why.
Yeah, I know. I met
was
you.
under
I was
18.
like, there's no way. You were like 8 or something.
Probably.
How old were you?
Yeah,
in
no.
How old were you in? Let's see. I won it in something like 2000 or something. How old were you in 2000?
I was not born in 2000.
There you go. There's there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Ashes.
I'm sorry. Though.
Oh yeah.
I had already been arrested twice, but before you were even born. All right, cool. All right. I promise you 5 hands. We've been blabbing away. Let's do 5 hands. All right, Ashes. Since you're up here, what are you doing here?
I'm shoving here.
Shoving. There was a bunch of shoves here. This is a weird spot. Like I want to call so bad, but I hear Saliba yelling at me when we have a gut shot and the over and the flush draw to just rip it in. What's a good site with Americans and Canadians so I can snipe you guys? Some parts of Canada do global, not all parts of Canada. And then I guess Bet Online would be the only other option, right? Jam it. Everybody also ripping it. I'd be lying to say if I didn't call this in game a ton, but I can see the argument for ripping it. Let's find out. Raising it no matter what. Never call. Ooh. Just run it straight over and flush draw. Too much equity. Run it.
I'll never find this raise for sure. Almost.
Even said Habs isn't finding it. Holy shit. I mean, we actually have pretty good equity against a hand like this.
Well, I mean, you don't want to call and then see like a
see a 9 turn
king
and
of
then
diamonds or
No.
this turn and then face another bet because then you're going to have to fold. So you just
run
get
it.
your equity in now.
So they've always yells at me.
Yeah,
about
it's
these
a shove
ones.
for me for sure.
Why did it want a non all-in raise? That seemed really weird.
Solver loves to do that.
Like we had like 30 bigs and it wanted to raise to like 21.
I mean, are you getting any more? I mean, you're getting the same amount of fold equity and never folding and also losing less, I guess.
Like, I guess
And,
that's my point. Like, if
I don't know.
if the opponent like calls, doesn't that feel worse? But if they raise, we're gonna call every single time anyways.
I mean, if they call, you're just jamming any turn anyways, like the hands.
Yeah, no, it just I don't know. The logic
I think
just
they're-
doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
I was
it's
going to say,
weird.
I think there might be some folds where after we do the 55%, if they jam. I know it seems weird, but
That's yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at. Like,
No,
oh,
no.
no.
So
Okay,
like,
never
let's
mind.
say they just call and then is the turn 100% all in every time, or is there any playability on the turn?
I mean, Queen of Spades.
I guess it
going-
wants to just check down on like bad cards.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just jamming.
Yeah. There's probably more checks there.
Even like Jack's just jamming. It's just jamming. I don't have an answer for you on that one.
Okay, no worries. I was just trying to understand.
Just trying to fuck with you.
why.
I think it's one
No.
of those just kind of like you just jam it on the flop or just essentially jam it because you just want, I mean, in some ways you just want the hand to end. You're either just running it or you're just taking the 5 chips that they put in because it's only going to get worse for you other than a spade. Because even an 8 you don't like on the turn, even though it gives you the straight because you got the 5.
Yeah, send.
Yeah, so it's just like one of those you would just rather take your equity there and just go with it.
See better no ashes.
Um, n- no, no,
No.
I'm not see betting. Not with, especially with the ace of clubs. I'm not see betting this hand.
Would it make a difference if you had the king of clubs?
No. With a club, I'm
checking.
not yeah. With a club, I'm not on a 900.
Matt Nickel, you see betting this 3-bet pot.
Yeah, I'm going like 25%.
25% for Matt. Said you see betting this 10% percent. Skate. Oh, there's skate.
Yeah, I could see myself. Yeah, I could see bet this more often than not.
Okay. 5% cool for beats. Puck's going 25. So this is that weird spot, right? 3-bet pot, 9. Ooh, I want to check again. I want to check again. We have more overpairs. They have all the sets and we don't.
Well, we were the 3 betters, so we are going to be able to have some of those sets.
I mean, on the fucking pair line frequency or 3-betting pocket 5s here.
Well,
pocket 6s here. I don't want to check, but most of you guys say quarter pot. Let's do it. Mixing. A lot of checking. 9 high boards connected. This was the takeaway for today for these 3-bet pots. 9 and under and connected. A lot of checking. All right, you guys decided to bet. Now what are you gonna do? I mean, this is a little easy, I guess. Guess just fold. Anybody calling?
I'm folding, but I'm not. I wouldn't be too sure. Because if we're see betting a lot of like king jack suited, king. Well, I guess we have king 10 suited, and that's a gut shot. So I guess this can easily fold.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I was trying to think if we have like what MDF would be, but yeah, I think it's
5% checking. Look at all these checking we're doing on the flop. Yeah.
Yeah,
then you get in these weird ass spots, right? Now what? I don't know.
Yeah, this doesn't need MDF, just fold.
50-50.
What?
All right, so just piss away the other bets when you're always getting doubled. Yeah, stupid solver stuff.
No.
Stupid solver stuff. Just get value on my top pair. Solver never folds backs. Never folds. All right, see better no, Ashes.
No, I'm not seeing that. No.
Anybody see bet in this one? Matt Nickel?
Yeah, I'm going 25%. Same reasons as before.
Poor Matt Nickel. Just likes to touch the iron. To be fair, he joined late though, so we'll give him a little pass. Right? This is middling and connected. Like this has got to be a pretty heavy checkboard, I would imagine. I'd be surprised. And when you ask yourself, like, are you betting for value? Betting as a bluff. Betting as a bluff to get better to fold. Nothing better is folding. I mean, ace queen, ace king, ace jack, maybe fold on some frequency, maybe.
Yeah, like you're only targeting.
And if you're betting for value, what's worse the calls? Like nothing, literally nothing. Ace jack, ace king, and ace queen. You get 3 hands. It's pretty thin, homie. You know what I'm saying? Pretty thin. These middling fucking connected boards are trash. You should check. Let's check. Well, this one actually bets and makes me look bad. Let's look at it.
This is bad.
Still 25% check. This one bets more because do we have the spade? No. This one bets more because it can hit backdoor straight. So it looks like if you can hit the backdoor
okay.
straight, you bet more. And then well, that might not be true because look at ace queen.
Is it because we're just 25 big effective and it's not like, and we check more when it's 40?
I don't know why this one's different.
Yeah.
A lot more when it's 40. So that is what it is. It's just stacked depth. It just seems like unnecessary. But even still at the bigger stack depth, like if you can make a straight, if you can run a straight,
Okay.
it's in there.
Also,
Ace jack too.
that's a big percentage of all in that I'm seeing. Like 17% with ace of spades down. That's kind of
Sure.
interesting to see.
Sure. I would like to run this in more with like less bet sizes. Put it in the AI and give it less bet sizes, but then you're probably gonna see like all that big bet stuff come out. Maybe we'll see almost all small bet. Interesting one. Matt, I stand corrected, homie. You hit the asterisks. We checked, right? I think we checked. We also checked. All right, Ashes. Now what?
I'm checking too.
Yeah, you check the bottom. 50-50. This is good though. You're pretty easy in showdown. You can bet too because they're a little cap, but it's fine. Don't bet. Oh, piss.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be like 95% fold and then maybe like 5% jam, but I'm folding.
Oh, you had it backwards. It's attacking the blocker.
It's 2 EV either way. Okay.
Yeah, it's attacking the blocker bet. It's 0 EV out of the way. I don't know if we need this bluff in our life.
I think it's a thing of what spade did they check all the way down.
Yeah, and then block the river. Yeah, it's
and then block river. So they should have almost 0 flushes and almost 0 straights in this spot. So of course now they're gonna have a spade. Oh, there you go.
This river bet's like never a bluff in real life though, right?
Oh, yeah.
In real life, no, but versus solver,
right?
All the time. I mean,
it doesn't have to be a bluff though, right? Like maybe
No,
they're
it
just
could be
doing
thin.
this with
It could
like
just be thin value.
yeah, like maybe they just have the 8 of spades here and you just like raise and then what do they do?
Yeah, but I mean, who's just checking down the 8 of spades to the river?
I guess that's a bad example. I don't know, 9 of spades.
Yeah, 9 of
Say they
spades
have,
would make
like-
more sense. But yeah, I mean, there's just not many spades or nines that are gonna check down to the river, but I mean, nine's probably more likely. But
all right, guys, last hand. We get led into Ashes. Show us the way.
I think they do that. Okay. Yeah, I like jamming here. I think we get enough value from worse and we need protection. But it's a straight board. If it ever actually. So, yeah, no, I still like jamming, but I'm not as confident as I was.
Sure. All in for the rock. That's funny because I think he was going to go to you next. Pucks, what are you doing? Raise 8. Is that on here? No, that's a previous hand. Oh no, that might be this one. 11:37. Raise 8. Yes. Black jam. Pucks raising non all in. Set it all in. Cap, what are you doing? You still here? Yep, on mute. Joey, what are you doing? Joey eating his breakfast? Yeah, I think we just run this, guys. I think it's the same spot we saw before. We just have top pair. We have 20 pigs. Like Beat said, it's only going to get worse. I think. Actually, did you say jam? I think you said jam.
Yeah, I said jam. I said jam. I was
Don't jam. Just call. Spots are tricky, man. Again, I'm not sure why. I thought this would be a jam for sure. I was with you.
It feels
I was,
so
think it
I
might
was
just
behind you,
straight.
Ashes. I was behind you. You heard the stunned silence too. He was like, "What the fuck?"
And it's from the small blind 3-bet, and then he leads.
Yeah, ace nine going with it, and king nine not. I think we hit a weird island here.
Yeah, because then king 10 with a spade goes with it. Ace 10 with the spade goes with it.
Yep.
That's
Ace
just a
eight goes
weird
with it.
island.
Yeah, you got coolered on it.
Yeah, still just jam it.
It can't be too bad, right? I wonder if they'll show us EV on a 0% option. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
So all
Ooh,
in
half a big.
ooh, yeah, it's a lot. It's actually quite a lot. Let's not look at that.
Oh wait, what was our combo? Go back.
Uh-huh.
I think our combo was less because we're diamonds. The half a big was spades. So 0.2.
Too big.
Yeah, it's still a lot actually.
It's still
Still, yeah.
significant. It's more than point. That's
Yeah, it's still significant enough that I guess you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Hi,
still
guys.
going broke here.
Yeah, I would too, because I wouldn't realize this is the one caveat board. All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up here. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the tag team with me and Sixes. Get a couple different looks. Hope I didn't grieve it too bad for you. Hope you still show up next week. And that's it. See you later.
But